Oh shit, he's wearing his Pokemon hat. It must be a Pokemon video.
Pikachu?
Yeah, boy. And he's also wearing his Pikachu shirt because I'm a grown man and I still play Pokemon. But getting to the topic of today's episode, recently I've been getting into modding a little bit more. I've done it a few times in the past on this channel, but nothing super major, I guess you could say. I like to go back and play old games on the original handheld, but me with my old age, with my eyes deteriorating, is not very fun because there's no backlight on that screen. It fascinates me how many cool things people can make just by modding it, and the only way I'm gonna learn how to do this and get really good at it is if I just do it. This video isn't meant to be a tutorial, though it probably could be used as one. It's a very simplistic way of how I made this and the steps in order to get to the end goal. My work isn't gonna be Marky Pie grade or anything like that. This is shoddy work that I, am learning as I go. So let's get started with the build. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need is a Game Boy Pocket that you want to turn into something awesome. The first thing we're going to do is take off the battery door, and then we're going to unscrew all of the tri-wing screws that are on the back of this thing, and as well as the battery compartment. Next, unscrew these 3 Phillips head screws that are holding the board to the shell, and then unclamp the ribbon cable brackets. Be very gentle when doing this because if anything happens to the ribbon cable, the screen is fucked. Now you can remove the board from the shell, and now we're going to remove the screen. This part will just pop off pretty easily with a little bit of force. Ah, so clean. Now this next part is the most important and most frustrating, but just be patient. We're going to be taking off the reflective film on the back of the screen, put some tape on the screen so you don't get fingerprints on it, and remove the rubber pads. Next, be very, very careful. Take a razor blade and put it under the 2 layers of film. Once you start peeling it, they both should come off together. And again, I can't stress this part enough. This will take some time. So again, just be patient and eventually the film will come off. Next, we're going to take some Goo Gone and a Q-tip and remove all of the sticker residue from the screen that was left from the reflective film. Just scrub it down and it should come off. Next, we're going to take our polarizing screen and unpeel the protective film on both sides and make sure it's oriented properly. Next, slide that underneath the ribbon cable and behind the screen, and then take your backlight and peel off the protective film that's on that. Place the backlight screen on top of the polarizing film and behind the ribbon cable. Next, take your trendy transparent shell and your very beautiful white custom glass Pikachu faceplate. Oh man, this thing looks so good. Make sure you press that adhesive down good so it's nice and snug. Mwah. And now you can take off the scotch tape that was protecting the screen from fingerprints, and we're going to place this right in the shell. Guide the positive and negative wires so they don't get caught by the buttons. Now we can take our rubber backings and buttons and place them in their appropriate spots. Now we can put the board back on and it should just pop into place, and make sure those wires are out of the way. I like to screw in one of these just to keep the board from moving around while we're soldering the positive and negative wires into their appropriate soldering points. Make sure to put that ribbon cable back in, making sure the pins are down, and screw back in the rest of the screws on the board. Now just put on the back part of your new shell and screw in all the tri-wing screws. Pop in a couple AAA batteries, and now we're going to get to putting on the finishing touches. The stickers. This is the repair sticker for the battery door. Nice. And of course the manufacturer's model number sticker, which will go right above that. Oh yeah. And now the culmination of all of our hard work. It looks pretty damn good. Here's what it looks like in the dark, and yes, there is something on screen, it's just my camera not picking it up because of the contrast, but I have to say, this looks pretty good, and it makes the whole Game Boy glow. I do have a few gripes with this particular backlight that I use, but overall, I'm pretty satisfied with how this turned out. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. I love how this thing turned out. It really makes me feel accomplished when I have the finished product in my hand, and it turned out better than I thought it was gonna be. So going back to what I said before, the backlight that I used isn't one that I've used in the past, and I don't really like the way that it looks. It has a big cut off on the bottom of the screen. You can't really tell that much, but for someone like me who has been playing games on a Game Boy for years and years, it's very noticeable. But the screen is bright and it looks fucking awesome! And of course, if you guys enjoyed this video or got something out of it, or even used it as a tutorial for yourself, let me know down in the comment sections. Give this video a like, share with a friend who you know likes Pokemon or modding or Game Boys or Nintendo, whatever it is. And consider subscribing to the Nerd Lair cult, because I do content like this at least once a week, so there's always something to watch. Go check me out on social media, links are down below in the video description, and I will see you guys next time in the Nerd Lair. Stay nostalgic.